Happy birthday, America!
America! Sunday!
You're a young 238. You're still a baby. How cute. Just the 32-year-old sitting here with his 34-year-old friend. Anyway.
What you gonna do?
This is, of course, Class Geek News, where we don't report the news, we just tell you what we think about it. I am your friendly neighborhood geekazoid, Evan. And, of course, with me today, everyone's favorite angry leprechaun, John. Yeah, that'll get your face up there. You gotta say something, man. Come on.
Queensberry rules, my lad. Queensberry rules. Come on now.
And wow, I don't know about you, John, but I have had a hell of a week, and not just because this is day 6 of 7 days in a row of working for me.
Hey, I look at it this way, man. I got to play America's favorite game this weekend: gunshot or firework.
Who doesn't play the game? God knows I played that game. Speaking of my
You live in
neighbors.
a not so nice neighborhood. You always play that game, no matter what time of year it is.
And strangely enough, I don't live in a not so nice neighborhood. I live in the neighborhood next to the not so nice neighborhood.
And you're still playing that game.
Yep. All right, let's get some news going here. Like I said on there, if you feel like there's not enough of a lot of stuff and too much of that one thing, this is definitely within your week. But first off, our main story, the thing that gave us our title, Everything's Coming Up Gaiman. Why do I say that? Because you are getting a double dose of Neil Gaiman soon.
That's right, people.
First off, the American God series coming on Starz. The wonderful people who gave us those friggin' Spartacus shows and Power. Because there's not black nudity on television.
I just kind of, that's the one thing that kind of sticks in my craw about that one. It's Starz. Not exactly known for good production value.
Comparatively speaking.
I mean, did you watch Torchwood Miracle Day?
Nope.
Exactly. I mean, it was lovely to see Captain Jack again, and it was even better to see the extent of Captain Jack's regeneration. But at the same token, no Starz. No, you should be ashamed of yourself.
No, Power's pretty good. The only problem with Power is that it's a juvenile in its execution. Like, everything that's going to happen in the season is sort of like being all but broadcasted like the friggin' bat signal in the sky.
Well, I mean, the dilemma with Starz is kind of like Frampton Comes Alive when it comes to cable channels. You know, it's the channel that they give out with, free samples of Tide. I've never known anyone that has said, I've got to have my Starz. I've got to have it. No, the companies give that one away for free.
I'm not going to lie. I think it'd be better if this was on Showtime.
Or HBO.
HBO would be great, but I'm thinking Showtime because I'm thinking the stations where you can't have like cussing, nudity, graphic violence, but don't feel dependent on it. American Gods is the kind of thing. It'd be best if it had HBO, but it doesn't need HBO. I mean, there's not even really a whole lot of sex and violence in it anyway.
No, but the production value needs to be there. It really does. We don't need half-ass CGI.
God knows that's true, especially for the part where what's-her-name needs to do with her vagina.
Yeah, Bilquis.
I say after pointing out there's not a lot of graphic violence or sex in the show.
I will say, though, I will have to find out when they are filming at House of the Rock and go, because that's literally 2 hours north of me right now, and I will go.
Well, keeping in that vein, we also have Wayward Manor, a video game being written by Neil Gaiman. A puzzle game, basically, where you're playing a ghost trying to take over the house you lived in from the family that's currently living in there.
Which, there's part of me that sits there and goes, there was another game like this out a couple of years ago called Haunt the House. It was a little flash game, so I'm hoping that this certainly, it seems like the premise is the same, but by the same token, it is written by Gaiman and produced by Gaiman, so I'm a happy camper. We'll go from there.
I was thinking Beetlejuice myself, but yeah, we'll go. I'm going to get into it. It's Gaiman. I follow Gaiman everywhere like a sick puppy.
Oh, yeah, I'm there with you. I mean, pretty much everything he's written for me is gold. He can do no wrong.
I mean,
my Elvis.
Yeah. I mean, just Good Omens alone.
Yeah.
Notice
No,
how
I,
even, and of course,
I was
being
gonna
the
say, I
company.
swear the scene where Crawley and Aziraphale are drunk. I want that scene portrayed on film, but I want it done by Patrick Stewart and Ian McClellan because that will be epic.
And of course,
Hear
comic
me,
book geek,
interwebs, make
I
it
am
happen.
obligated as comic book geek to bring up Sandman. Obligation
Of
fulfilled.
course.
Moving on. All right, moving on to movies. I don't know about you, John, but I am definitely going to be in the theater this week. I found
Let's see,
one
what
movie
comes out
coming
this week?
out. I found one movie coming out, and this is one of those I've been waiting for. I love the. It is a sequel to a reboot, but this is one of those. But it's a sequel to one of the reboots that justified reboots. Namely,
Okay.
this weekend we're getting the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
That's one of those ones I never got into the reboot, so I've been
You don't like Rise?
it's I didn't see actually haven't seen Rise yet, so the whole concept of Planet of the Apes just never sat with me. I know it's geek travesty, but
Dude, you've got to see Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's not like that stupid attempt that Tim Burton made way too long ago when he was high on something. Possibly what's her name's vagina. No, this Rise is. It takes the concept and makes it make sense.
well, yeah, and that's what I've heard about it, and I've heard the production values are good, but
It's Andy Serkis.
I know it's Andy Serkis, but by the same token, it's just I never liked the original, so I can't sit here and go, I'm so excited about Planet of the Apes.
Good. This
You know
isn't
what?
the originals.
Again, I didn't like the concept of the originals either, so it doesn't sit well with me. It just doesn't. You know, we need to reboot Project X. That's what I want. You want chimps in a movie that are smart? Bring back Project X with Matthew Broderick.
Hey, have you seen the edited version of the original Planet of the Apes where it's in black and white and reduced to only about 20-25 minutes and done like a Twilight Zone episode?
No, but that would be interesting.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Check it out. It's awesome.
I'll have to check it out.
Moving on to home video, coming out, Bad Words, that ultra dark comedy about an asshole who finds a loophole that allows him to compete in a children's alpha spelling bee.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to Blu-ray and DVD from Shout is Lake Placid.
Which, I'm sorry, I love that movie. Betty White makes that movie.
It's one of those movies, everyone agrees it's a bad movie, but I don't know anyone who doesn't like it. And finally, coming out for the Criterion Edition, Red River.
I feel like I should know that, but I don't off the top of my head.
It says Criterion, so I'm kind of the same way, like, I should know. Now I feel less cool for not knowing, because it's Criterion.
Mm-hmm. Just because it's a Criterion, I'm sorry. I know Criterion's supposed to be the big epic thing, but some of the movies they select for the Criterion Collection don't need to be in the Criterion Collection. I think the Criterion Collection honestly means who's going to pay us the most money to put the words Criterion Collection on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it started off as, like, high-value DVDs for famous art house films, the kind of things you would put into, like, that storage area they put for things that they want to keep forever because they're that worth it, like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
And at some point, yeah, it was just, hey, they gave us money. You're a Criterion now.
That's really what it is. I mean, I hate to say it's like Oprah's book club. It's just a sticker we put on the outside that makes it worth infinitely more money.
But I can't really say that anymore, though, because lately, I think since Blu-ray started, it feels like they've been going back to their roots. They put the, oh, God, what was the name of that movie? Guillermo del Toro's first film.
Dusk Till Dawn?
That wasn't Guillermo del Toro.
Tarantino. Brain's not working.
Actually, that was Robert Rodriguez working with the Tarantino script. But no, it's the, something with the devil, I think. No, thank you, Jacob. Devil's Backbone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just last year they released that in Criterion Edition. Gotta love them for that.
Yeah, move on. This is going to be a long-winded thing.
Yeah. First look at Superman for the new Batman versus moving on. really nothing else. Either that door farted or you got a horror movie going on in the background there. Anyway,
It's a horror movie. That door always does that.
About him, and since we were talking about him for the Rise of Geeks, the answer is confirmed that he is Avengers 2. He has a full-on part on top of helping Ruffalo with the Hulk. I don't know. I mean, it looks better. And an awful lot like Hunter Thompson.
Yeah, I'm only getting every third word, man. You're frozen.
Actually, you've been a little quiet.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
How's the... Okay, good. Right. Well, like I said, Andy Serkis is cast as a part in Avengers 2. How do you feel?
I'm down. It's Andy Serkis. Avengers 2, I'm down. There's no question. I'm down. I'm down like a clown, Charlie Brown. I am downtown, Julie Brown. That's how down I am. You dig? And you froze again. Well, this is lovely. Well, hi, Class Geek people. I don't know what the heck is going on, but apparently Evan's computer is frozen or locked up or something, so... And apparently he's joined back in.
Okay, I don't know what just happened. It just cut me off out of the blue.
Yeah, I'm lost there too, dude.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be back. Let me eliminate this little thing here. I have no idea how that happened. Okay.
Now, let's keep moving on. So Andy Serkis, Avengers 2, I'm happy. Have they announced who he's going to be yet?
Who he's playing?
Yeah.
Nope.
Well,
we know that he was apparently helping out Mark Ruffalo with the motion capture for the Hulk.
Well, I know. Yeah, I believe that his company's doing all the motion caps for the Hulk anyway.
Yeah, he actually, that's a good thing to mention right there, is he actually does have his own company, which is all about training for motion capture and stuff like that, which is such a brilliant freaking idea. I'm surprised it took him to come alongside and done it sooner. But yeah, it's been confirmed he's got a full-on role. We don't know if it's going to be a CG role or if he's actually going to be put into costume, because people forget he's an actual actor, too.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson does.
Freaking hair.
Yeah. Actually, have you seen him lately? He's got a beard. He looks fantastic. Maybe you should hire him to play Kang the Conqueror. He's got the beard for it, man.
That's true. That's true. He can pull that off. He's a little short for Kang, but he can pull that off.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Kang defies any height. The idea is you got to come in and you got to act and look big. Simple as that.
Well, you run into the Danny DeVito problem and the Joe Pesci problem, when you're more important, the Martin Sheen problem, when you have to constantly film your villain at an upward angle to make them appear taller.
I always thought the Martin Sheen problem was that Charlie Sheen is your son.
No, the Martin Sheen problem is the fact you did the Spawn movie.
Moving on to other geek stuff, we got some news with Star Wars Episode 7. One is being that there's going to be a slight delay next month due to the Harrison Ford thing. I believe we talked about that once or twice. But in other news, we have new cast members, Crystal Clark and Pip Anderson. And once again, we have no idea who the hell they're playing, so I'm guessing it's all new characters.
I have a feeling they're just going to keep teasing us like this. We're putting this person in, and this person in, and this person in.
Yeah, but these are all people no one knows.
I know, and we're just going to sit there and he's using the Lucas experiment. You know, if you remember, Harrison Ford was the only one out of the original cast that had any kind of know-how. Nobody knew anyone else.
No, they all had experience, but nobody knew them. Nobody even knew Harrison Ford.
They were nobodies. I mean,
And even then, I think he was hired to work on the set pieces for Star Wars originally, wasn't he?
No, he was hired as Han Solo. He actually auditioned for it, but it was only because of his work in American Graffiti.
No. It wasn't that actually at all. Now I remember. He was a friend of Lucas's, and yeah, he was a carpenter at the time.
Yeah.
But they needed somebody to fill in for the role of Han Solo for the auditions.
Yeah.
And then they realized he was really good in the role, so they just kept him.
Yeah, that's right. Moving on. What else we got?
Also going on. Oh my fucking god. Okay, John. You know my boast is that we have yet to find the movie that makes me throw up.
Yeah, I thought we had. That was Audition.
No, that was the one that came closest to it. That was the movie that drove me to drink and left me stone cold.
After drinking, I remember that story.
No, I did not throw up after drinking. The throw up was another story entirely.
All right, moving on. What's this movie that apparently will make you throw up?
They're remaking Audition.
Let me let that sink in. So, we're basically pulling a Grudge with Audition.
Well, hopefully it's more of an old boy with Audition. I heard that was actually good.
It's on Netflix now. I've been meaning to watch it. It's in my queue.
The new or the remake?
The new one with Josh Brolin.
Yeah, I said the new or the remake. They're the same thing. But yeah. Oh,
yeah,
good.
It's on Netflix now, so catch it if you can.
Oh, God. Well, it's being directed by a guy named Richard Gray. He did a movie called The Lookalike. I think that came out last year. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's ooh boy. Ooh boy. Could be worse. Could have been like a 13-part HBO series. They'll stretch those torture scenes out.
Yeah.
Especially if True Detective was any indication of what they're willing to do.
Yeah.
And finally, to discuss, I think this is one you actually gave us, John. You remember Toby from Labyrinth?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The baby from the Labyrinth has picked off where his dad left off. What is it? Toby Froud and I think it's Heather Henson.
Yeah, Jim Henson's daughter, yeah.
Yep. Have collaborated to bring us another puppet-based movie based on the illustration style of Brian Froud. It has premiered at several different film festivals and won some awards. I've seen like a brief 30-second promo shot of it. It looks phenomenal. It really does. And I hope that if it doesn't get out in national releases, it is on DVD ASAP.
Well, it's the title is Lessons Learned for anyone who wants to look it up.
Yeah. It looks amazing. The artwork is amazing. The puppetry, just from what I've seen, is right up there with Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. So if you like that art style and you love that fantasy style, definitely look it up. Go enjoy it.
How can you not love that stuff, man?
Well, I was actually just having a conversation the other night with somebody who had never seen Dark Crystal, and then somebody who saw it later in life but didn't grow up watching it and just didn't register with them. So.
Yeah, I still feel a need to track down almost everybody who was in the theater. Last time I saw Dark Crystal was in a movie theater at the Colony, and the fucking audience would not shut up.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Yeah, I wish to God I'd been able. I've never seen it in the theater. It is one of those movies I do want to see, and that actually went in the theater like a week after I moved out here, and I was so mad.
I don't know. Well, if anyone's in Raleigh, Colony is pretty good about that. It's like every other Wednesday they're showing some classic film that's not in theaters anymore. I saw 2001: A Space Odyssey there. Talk about a movie that you should definitely see in theaters at least once.
Same with The Thing. I got to see The Thing and The Visitor at a John Carpenter double feature at the Carolina Theater, and that was amazing.
I keep missing Chinatown. I really want to see Chinatown.
Yeah, that one's good on screen. But we're getting off on a tangent here. Moving on.
Moving on. Well, we're moving on to television.
Huzzah! TV!
Yeah, once again, there was a metric fuckload of releases for the DVDs and Blu-rays this week. So I just reduced it to things that matter to us geeks.
That's important.
Yeah. One is a release of Doctor Who Series 3 Part 2. Arguably the best season for you Americans of the new Doctor Who series. It's my opinion, it's the best one.
You Americans? You're going to have to put yourself in that little diatribe there.
Actually, I'm not really an American. You see, if I remove my mask, no.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, you know your accent's terrible. Don't do that. Don't. Let's not torture what little audience we have.
Fuck you. Okay. But yeah, Series 3, Part 2, for those of you who aren't hardcore Whovians like me and just bought the entire series box sets when they came out. Pussies. Anyway, also Transformers, More Than Meets the Eye, Roar of the Dinobots, for those who want to remember what good Transformers look like. And Rugrats, Outdoor Shenanigans, and Reptar Returns. Because it's our childhood.
Yeah, my adolescence, but same thing.
It's either it's your childhood because you watch it in your childhood, or it's your childhood because it reminds you of your childhood. Either way, it's your childhood.
Or it's your adult childhood because you watched it when you were stoned in college.
See? Fun for the whole family. All ages. All ages. Going on to stories now. John, I have big news.
What big news is that, Evan?
Sherlock is returning.
Yes, we know.
No, I mean, now we actually know when it's being filmed and have an idea of when it will be airing.
Isn't it 2017?
I'm guessing 2016. Like I said, we have an idea. They haven't confirmed exactly when it'll be airing. Warren Freeman says he thinks it'll be airing towards the end of 2015.
Well, we can only hope.
But we do know that they're going to do a special first, and that they start filming the special in January of 2015. This is confirmed.
Well, hopefully that special will be out by the end of the year.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be fun.
Damn you, BBC!
Considering how that last episode ended, yeah, we're kind of anxious to see. Do you think he's dead and just has like one last plan to screw Sherlock with? Because that's what I think.
No. I'm sure this was something he put into the works long before he actually was dead.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think it was a contingency plan that's now becoming into fruition.
Oh, Moriarty, you're just adorable.
Agreed.
And speaking of our childhoods once again, dude, Reading Rainbow's Kickstarter has ended, and it broke the frickin' record,
Yep.
including the donation that we already pointed out on last week's episode, with the that Seth MacFarlane put in, over $6 million raised.
Let us hope they do not squander this, and they may bring this program to everyone new and make it available. I honestly would love, an old library of it somewhere where people who grew up with it can go back and watch their favorite episodes with their kids.
I believe in LeVar Burton.
I think we all believe in LeVar Burton. He is the modern generation Mr. Rogers.
Or at least the closest thing we have to it. I miss Mr. Rogers.
We all miss Mr. Rogers.
He was like the nicest guy ever. Did you know he actually read and responded to every single bit of fan mail he had?
Yep, I got a letter from him.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I hope you framed that shit.
It's somewhere. I don't know where it is at the moment, but I know I have one. Somewhere in my box of childhood memories.
Funny, my box of childhood memories usually is an old cartoon that I have on DVD. Anyway. And also, speaking of things coming back, Community Season 6 is being picked up by Yahoo. Of course, the bad news is that Community Season 6 is being picked up by Yahoo.
Yeah.
So either this is bad for Community or great for Yahoo. We'll see. I really do need to look up Yahoo. From what I heard, they actually have some good series. It's just nobody's watching them.
Well, it's Yahoo. I mean, I hate to say, Yahoo is not one of those, sites anymore that really means anything. It used to mean something a long time ago, but it's, Yahoo is kind of like AOL. It's one of those last dinosaurs left that just won't seem to give up.
So it's an alligator or a crocodile. Got it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, that's kind of perfectly fitting for Community.
Actually, it's more like a coelacanth. It's the site that everybody believes is dead but doesn't realize is still living.
Wait, what site?
Yahoo.
No.
Yeah,
The other thing where you say you believe everybody.
It's like a coelacanth. Everybody knew it was extinct for years and years and years, and what they do, they find them off the fucking coast of Africa. Still alive and kicking.
Well, there you go. Speaking of other shows that are sort of coming back, continuing our coverage of the Breaking Bad spin-off Better Call Saul, it has been confirmed that the entire series will be taking place before, after, and during the events of Breaking Bad.
Yep, the Better Call Saul.
The important thing is we're getting more Bob Odenkirk.
Yep, and I'm actually okay with that. I like Bob Odenkirk. I mean, I've most people don't realize that Bob Odenkirk has been on the forefront of comedy as a writer for well over 20 years. Most of the series we grew up with, be it cartoon or live action, have Bob Odenkirk's name on it.
Isn't he one of the more prolific writers for The Simpsons? Or was?
He was for a while, but he was also a writer for Hey Arnold. He was a writer for Doug. He was a writer for Rugrats. I think he did some work with Class Geek for a long time with them.
Bob Odenkirk is just that guy that hardcore comedy geeks know.
Pretty much.
Until Breaking Bad happened. Then he became known as Saul.
Yeah.
The lawyer with the shitty commercials.
Yep.
While we're getting through these quick, this is what happens when it's just the two of us, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I miss Chasen. We're lacking lunacy. We need that lunacy.
We do the best we can.
Well, that's okay. We're going to get some comedy before the end of this next subject. We're on to video games. The only releases...
Wait. We missed one in TV.
We did?
Yes. You did not see when I put up the story?
No, tell me more.
They have given an official release date for they're releasing the entirety of the original Batman 66.
That's right, November.
Yep, November. You can buy the entire original Adam West Batman series on DVD. Same Bat DVD, same Bat DVD player.
Did you hear that? John, did you hear that?
Was that the sound of your testicles screaming?
No, that was the sounds of millions and millions of nerd boners just ripping through the nerd pants. We all want to see the bright night again.
Did not hear that one. I'm waiting for the entire Batman animated series to come out on a DVD box set.
They already did that.
Oh, well, I guess I missed it.
Yeah, they did that a long time ago. I have the whole series on DVD.
I got BitTorrent.
So you're waiting for that so that you could... Never mind. Anyway, moving on to video games. Oh, God. Yeah, viewers, you get a look at my pretty face without the glasses. Yes, I'm really speaking again. Anyway, the only video game releases, once again, I'm going to give a crap about because there's so many and they're kind of spread throughout the week. I miss it when video games just came out on a straight-up Tuesday and that was it. One Piece, the 5th episode of The Wolf Among Us, and for PC gamers, Rabbit's going to be upset he missed this because I figured he'd like to hear about this. Something called Quest for Infamy.
I've not heard about that one. It actually sounds interesting.
Well, you want to know what else is interesting and funny and something we're probably going to be joking about for the next 10 minutes?
Oh, dear God.
Lindsay Lohan is suing Rockstar Games under the claim that they illegally used her likeness for one of the characters for Grand Theft Auto 5.
It wasn't even a character, it was the splash screen. That's it. It wasn't an actual character. And the fact that she's... Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. I want to see how long that makes it in court. I really do, because... Yeah, it's not going to last very long. It really isn't. She's going to get laughed out of court.
You know, I think at some point she found out way after the fact about the thing with what's her name, the actress who recently came out a few months ago.
Ellen Page?
You know, yeah, Ellen Page, and how she got mad at Naughty Dog for possibly using her likeness, which I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that character does look a lot like Ellen Page, so she very likely has a case. I think they probably got settled out of court or something, I don't know. But, yeah, Lindsay, no.
Well, again, she's made her career such a train wreck right now. No one can take her serious. I'm sorry. You know that. I mean, her and Amanda Bynes, no one can take them seriously anymore.
Amanda Bynes may or may not have a snowball's chance, but from what I heard of Lindsay Lohan, she can't the reason she can't find work isn't even this BS. It's the fact that she's just a really horrible worker. She's one of those, as you put it to describe someone else one time, too young and too pretty to work.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was when she was young and pretty, she was actually doing work. But,
No, when she was young and innocent, she was doing work. When she was young and pretty, she was partying too much already.
God.
It's bad when the Olsen twins make you look, you make the Olsen twins look like a saint.
And now she's willing to do any movie where she'll get naked. Something we wanted to see a lot sooner and don't want anymore, and now she's doing it too much.
Yeah, it's like when Anna Nicole gained all that. It's like when Anna Nicole Smith gained all that weight, and then she was more willing to be naked as much as possible, and no one wanted to see it anymore. Poor Anna Nicole, rest your coke-laden soul.
You know what? It's better to be overweight than whatever the coked-out state that Lindsay Lohan is in. I hate to say it, but I think Anna Nicole may have actually been smarter than Lindsay Lohan. For starters, she wasn't suing video game companies for BS reasons.
For second, she married for money.
That's not a stupid thing. It may not be an ethical thing, but it's not a stupid thing.
Exactly. Moving on. This is going to get old real quick.
Oh, God, yeah. Moving on, our last bit of video game news here. It turns out the PS4 controller you can now use wirelessly through the Bluetooth function with your PS3.
Yep. Thank you, PS, making things work together.
Yes. It's like Apple products, except not evil.
Yep.
I love the video game world.
Oh, I'm there with you. I do love it as well.
God, we were there in the beginning.
Oh yeah, I know, and I love how the company most of us were there in the beginning with is really starting to just make leaps and bounds over all the others because they're focusing on gameplay more than graphics.
Well, I mean, honestly, even if whether you're looking at graphics or not, let's be honest. Being there from the beginning, we look at this new generation, we're like, you assholes are spoiled.
Oh, we're not even looking at them like they're spoiled. It's like we just look at them and go, you've got no taste. I mean, you're not playing you're playing a, glorified masturbation game, just firing a gun all day. I mean, that's 90% of frickin' Xbox's office or demographic is just first-person shooter, and there's no gameplay to that. Well, there's very little.
No, it's all about playing with your friends. Which, if you're going to do that, if you're a kid, go outside.
I mean, the last decent shooting game I played that had any kind of story whatsoever was Dead Space.
Still need to play that. I keep hearing good things.
Oh yeah, no. I highly recommend 3. Start with 1, but definitely get to 3. 2 is kind of in the middle, but they definitely. One thing I'll advise you when playing Dead Space: be very ammo conscious.
That's the way it should be. Damn it.
Exactly. Like Rust.
You didn't shoot everything you came across because you'll die quick if you did that.
Oh no! You shoot everything you come across, but you aim correctly. It's not just you don't just unload your clip. You aim correctly.
That works too.
Aim correctly.
But I still love that from old school Resident Evil. That if you shot every single enemy, you were likely to die about halfway through the game.
Yep.
Keep moving. Keep shooting.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on now to comics, my area of expertise. The fact that this is so down low on the list is proof that I am not being partial to anything here. I love them. I got quite a few suggestions for this week, dude.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and get the Independents out of the way real quick. Issue number 4 of The United States of Murder, Inc. by Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Oeming, for those who love Powers. Judge Dredd number 20, for those who loved a certain action flick that came out a couple years back. Who didn't? Doc Savage number 7, for those who like old school pulp heroes, because we can really use them again. Everything else is pretty much Marvel because fuck DC.
Yeah. Pretty much.
For those of you who are like me, have been seriously into the original Sin mini-series, tie-in issues, All New Invaders number 7, Avengers number 32, and Fantastic Four number 7 coming out this week. Having just recently read the entirety of the Jason Aaron run of Wolverine and the X-Men, I cannot recommend Amazing X-Men enough. Number 9 comes out this week. Mark Waid's run, a phenomenal run on Daredevil number 5 coming out this week. Amazing Spider-Man 1.3, more stories from his past. And this one, this is why I'm happy, John. This is a suggestion, but it's practically a story in and of itself, too. Coming out this week with a brand new number 1 by the original writer who did the series first when it came out in the 90s, Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, dear God.
No, actually, right now it's good.
It's Spider-Man 2099. It's not good.
Okay, first of all, it's Peter
Never good.
David. Peter David doesn't give me bad stuff. Second of all, they set this up when Superior Spider-Man was going on. You know, the whole Doc Ock took over Spider-Man's brain thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and pretty much where it is right now is Spider-Man 2099 is stuck in the present and is desperately trying to make it so that things aren't changed too much so that his future will still exist. And on top of that, he's stuck working in a company next to someone who is actually his great-grandfather, who is a total douchebag, and he's got to try to keep him alive to keep him being wiped out of existence.
So it's Back to the Future Spider-Man.
Pretty much.
Wow, that sounds fucking awesome.
If there's not a Doc Brown character, I'm not interested. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure the Doc Brown character will be Peter Parker.
Well, then who's going to be Marty?
Miguel. Anyway. But like I said, it's good stuff. Peter David's been doing good work lately, and this is a good concept for the character. And I think this is also part of a lead-up to some big event they're planning to have, where it's literally every version of Spider-Man all teaming up.
They have announced that is in the works.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just looking forward to seeing Miles Morales start teaming up with all the other Spider-Men. Watch him get overwhelmed.
That'll be interesting.
Speaking of Miles Morales, starting our stories off, this is not a big story so much as a continuation of something I think we mentioned loosely a week or two ago. Brian Michael Bendis has come right out and said, no, they are not canceling X-Men, because Marvel likes money.
Marvel does like money. Marvel likes a lot of money.
Yeah. It's like seriously, I don't even know why this rumor's going on. Because they would lose so much money canceling the X-Men book. Because the movies are not owned by them. I'm sorry, the movies don't get money for comic book sales. Marvel does.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Not to mention, again, this is a long-running, long-standing, well-established comic book series. You don't just cancel the X-Men out of the blue. You don't write them off. You can change the characters all you like, but you still come back to the core value and the core characters. It just doesn't work any other way. I mean, it's not like an X-Force or an X-Factor or any other X series. This is the fucking X-Men.
Well, taking us to really bring things to perspective, you and I, we were reading comics throughout the late 80s, the 90s, and the early aughts.
Yeah.
There was nothing good happening with Fantastic Four during that period. But
we still have them.
If you're not okay, I mean, if considering the 15 give or take year period where there was no good Fantastic Four, the fact that they were still printing that, and you think they're going to cancel X-Men for such a trivial reason? No.
Yeah, I mean, that would be Marvel shooting themselves in the foot. That's one of their highest-grossing freaking comics.
No, that's not shooting yourself in the foot. That's shooting yourself in the dick and hitting a major artery in the process.
And then trying to go, it's okay, I meant to do it, I meant to do it!
No, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Speaking of misfit youths, turns out we're getting a tribute comic for 9 Inch Nails. No, I have no idea how that works, but okay.
Why? I mean, we got "Do the Evolution" by McFarlane Studios for Pearl Jam song, and that was okay, but
don't forget the Image Kiss Psycho Circus comics.
we don't count those. We do not count those. We do not admit they exist. We should not speak of it again. It is the comic that shall not be spoken.
Maybe it'd be funny if it turns out to just be like a prestige format 48, 64-page comic, which is all just different stories that all have the same purpose to finally prove that Hurt, that their version of Hurt is not the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got news for you, internet people. Nine Inch Nails did not do a cover of Johnny Cash's Hurt. Johnny Cash's Hurt is a cover of Nine Inch Nails' song. Granted, it's a much better version.
It's as I say, it's a sad thing when it is Johnny Cash, but Johnny Cash does your song better than you. You might just want to go ahead and give it to him. Just like, you know what? Fuck it, that's Johnny Cash's. We don't play that anymore.
And Trent Reznor already
died with him.
Trent Reznor already did. He came right out and said the song doesn't belong. He said as soon as he heard that version, he said it doesn't belong to me anymore. It is so awesome that the guy who created the song said it's not mine.
Yeah.
And if you don't realize that's a big deal, then once again I suggest you look at the history between Metallica and Napster.
True.
Yeah. Speaking of comics being made from things that aren't comics, for those of you who are big fans of the not too surprising but somewhat surprising hit this from last fall on television, Sleepy Hollow, you're getting a comic book series.
I'll admit I've really enjoyed that series so far, and part of it is because I know somebody on the production crew who's building all the props.
I haven't seen it yet, but it sounds a lot like
it's a decent show, decent story.
But is it good enough to justify the strangely strong fan following it's got?
Yes, it is.
Okay. See, I still need to check it out.
I'd say, yeah, you should. You really should. Get on it, Evan. Get on the stick, man.
I don't know. It sounds a lot like the X-Files, except instead of Fox Mulder, it's some dude from like 19th century America or 18th century America.
It is Ichabod Crane.
Yeah.
I mean, the concept's kind of odd. Ichabod Crane, frozen by magic for 200 years, brought back to life now. It's a little strange, but it still works.
I'm glad we live in a day and age where we get strange television.
Very true, very true. What else we got?
Well, now comes for the depressing bit, the obituaries.
Dun, dun, dun.
First off, young adult author Walter Dean Myers passed away at the age of 76. Also, in honor of our researcher David Book, I bring up a nice war veteran, a hardcore survivor, made it to the age of 97 by the name of Louis Zamperini. In both cases, I say, we thank you for your service, and you will be missed.
Indeed.
Don, let's do some science.
Science!
Science! First off, we got some wonderful things about our biology. One, it looks like scientists may have found a sort of on-off switch for the human brain. If you think that's scary, wait till you see what the last story is in the science section.
Oh, God.
Also, we've learned that magic mushrooms expand your mind, particularly the dream region.
No comment.
So if you would like, so this goes, I don't know, I think that works well with us starting this whole thing with Neil Gaiman. Would you like to meet Morpheus? Okay, too bad. He's kind of too busy being dead. But would you like to meet Daniel?
No, now to think about it, I really enjoyed the version of Morpheus from Monkey Bone.
There's a Morpheus in Monkey Bone?
Absolutely, there's Morpheus in Monkey Bone.
Like the Neil Gaiman Morpheus?
No, he's more of a bad blaxploitation pimp, but still works.
Word. Also, we have successfully grown some human corneas from adult human stem cells. These were adult ones. not fetal ones. So no bitching. These were given of the adult's own free will. An adult, I'm guessing, who really wanted some fucking corneas. Don't blame him. Corneas are awesome. I like mine. How about you, John? Do you like your corneas?
Not since they got a nice little burn a couple of years ago. They're a little irritating.
Ugh. You burned your corneas?
Yeah, flash
I'm
burn
going to
well.
wear glasses? So you burn your corneas and I have to wear glasses?
Yeah. My eyes, it didn't ruin my vision, but it's made them a little more sensitive to light. That's about it.
Wow, you just can't win.
Yeah, it was basically like it was first degree burns, so it wasn't fun.
No kidding! Good God, on your eyes!
Yeah, I feel like somebody took a bag of sand and just rubbed it in my eyes. It was that way for a couple of days. I had to wear sunglasses in the dark.
So, for a couple of days, you were the coolest person in North Carolina.
I have never been the coolest person in North Carolina ever, and I never will be.
I actually read a Batman comic recently where the Dick Grayson Batman said to Tim Drake, "Careful, Robin. They're wearing sunglasses at night. That means they're cool."
Wow.
Only the Dick Grayson Batman could get away with that while wearing the Bat cape. But moving on, continuing our ongoing Cold War against vegetarianism. Guess what, assholes? Plants can hear themselves being eaten.
See, that's always been my argument to every vegetarian who tells me, meat is murder. Well, at least mine's dead. Your carrot's still alive when you eat it.
Okay, people, this may come as a bit of a shock, but pretty much no matter what you eat, you're killing something. Deal with it. Something's got to die for your sustenance. I don't care if it's a steak or a salad.
This reminds me of a random story I saw a few weeks ago about a couple that was arrested for animal cruelty for trying to put their cat on an all-vegan diet.
You know, I actually have a friend who's hardcore against all the gluten-free people because, okay, this is a fun fact that most people apparently don't know. Gluten-free is only good for you if you've always been gluten-free, like literally from birth, pretty much. Otherwise, you're not really doing yourself any favor.
Well, we did it. We touched on this. Yeah, we touched on this a couple of weeks ago when it was revealed that we touched on this a few weeks ago when it was revealed that 80% of gluten allergies or people who claim to have gluten allergies is psychosomatic. It's not an actual celiac, allergy to gluten.
Yeah. Sort of like how a lot of people think they have Asperger's, but in reality, they clearly don't have Asperger's.
Yeah, they're just assholes.
No, I'm a better.
They're using an excuse to be an asshole rather than just.
Yeah, I'm a better candidate for Asperger's than most people, and even I don't think I have Asperger's.
Agreed. What else we got in science?
This is our last one. Because you know me, I'm evil. I like to make people stay awake at night instead of doing things like sleeping or dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible that researchers have created an H1N1 flu virus that can completely bypass the human immune system.
I feel a Jeff Goldblum moment coming on. You were so focused on whether or not you could, you didn't think if you should. Science. Get your shit together. Don't make us send Jeff Goldblum after you. When Jeff Goldblum is the voice of reason for science, shit's fucked up.
Don't forget, this was also the plot for the Resident Evil series. The games, not the shitty movies.
Science, please don't make me send Jeff Goldblum after you. I don't want to. I don't want to listen to it. You don't want to listen to it, but I will. It's a nuclear option, but I will send it. I will send it with the fervor of a true 1980s intercontinental ballistic missile sent at Russia. I will send it. Don't make me do that. Listen to me, science.
We have Jeff Goldblum, and
I have Jeff Goldblum on speed dial. I will call him, and I will have him come talk, and continue to talk until you agree with him, which could be days or weeks or months.
Especially with all that stuttering.
Exactly. Yes.
But yeah, it's definitely it's a very bad idea to be messing with a deadly virus like that, and yeah, it's not good. No.
And I'm not sure the Resident Evil franchise would do well with Sam Neill trying to rescue it. I really don't.
Oh, if we're talking about the movies, I think there's no saving that shit.
No, any of the Resident Evil things. It wouldn't work well with Sam Neill in general.
No, well, maybe if he turned out to be the one responsible for everything.
Yeah, even then, no, it wouldn't work. He does not do... I don't like him as a villain. I've seen him in a couple movies as a villain. He does much better as a hero than a villain.
I'm not even sure if he does better as a... Well, I don't know. My favorite role of his is from In the Mouth of Madness, so...
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, and you can't really call him a hero. Protagonist, yes.
Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Because he was pretty much an asshole in that movie. Oh, but yeah, that pretty much does it this week. Thankfully, because I had to come up with a list at the last minute, well, I didn't have any breaking news to suddenly put on there, because wow. I don't know about you, man. I'm just excited about Spider-Man 2099 being back, but...
Hey, dude, I will argue with you as day is long on Spider-Man 2099, and we will get nowhere. And you know this as well as I do.
Well,
I am cognizant, and you are as well. We are like, you know, a Republican-led Congress trying to pass a budget bill right now. It's just not going to happen. We'll shut it down first.
We're the unstoppable force and the immovable object. The only thing is we haven't figured out which one of us is which yet. What happens when
I think
we work out which one we are, we'll tell you. Well, I will, if it makes you feel any better, I will admit that like 90% of the 2099 stuff was shit. There was a reason they were pushing Spider-Man more than any others, because at worst, it was the least shitty of them.
The concept of 2099 was shit. I mean, it's not like just, 90% of the source material. The concept is shit.
I don't know, they turned out to be not too far off on a lot of things.
Oh, good Lord.
I mean, considering it was comics in the 90s, I'm still surprised how right they were about how much control corporations would have in the future. Granted, it didn't take them 100 years like they thought, but wow.
The point still remains valid.
Eh.
We got nothing else. Let's sign off for the night.
Yeah, sounds good.
Huh?
I said, yeah, sounds good. This was once again High Class Geek News. I am a friendly neighborhood geekazoid, Evan Ransom, and this, of course, was everybody's favorite angry leprechaun, John. And also, once again, as usual, we give our shout out to David, who provides us with most of our research and makes us wonder seriously how the dude sleeps. And we will be back next week when we report whatever the fuck the world gives us. In the meantime...
Same geek time, same geek channel.
In the meantime, remember, we're getting more Sherlock.